how come you go live like that in this place, a place that you used to visit every Sunday with your family? You understand? And one day this happened and they go there to live and they don't know how long they're gonna be in this place. And they mad.
Go back.
Can I get you a beer first, or do you
I already
have a beer?
I look
Okay.
at that. I got one,
Just
yeah.
making
So
sure.
there's not one single camp that adheres to sphere standards, which was the minimum for humanitarian response. The minimal standards: how much water, how many people per toilet, what size their houses are. Not a single camp here, after 10 months, adheres to that.
10 months after the quake and $1.4 billion in private donations later, why were people still living like this, especially if there were actually standards?
I used to go to this church since I was a kid. All the presidents used to go to this church.
Are people living here?
Yeah, he lives there with the baby.
Hello?
He lives there with the baby.
Mark Schuller is an expert on NGOs in Haiti. He and a team of students spent the summer walking through over 800 camps to compile a definitive study about conditions there.
There's a humanitarian charter where the big NGOs like the Red Cross, like CARE, like Save the Children, got together and said, here are the minimum standards for humanitarian aid. That no more than 20 people can share a toilet, that they must be either segregated by gender or by households. But even in the best camps, you have these tents that rip.
Before the earthquake, it was a park to play soccer.
This was a park to play soccer.
Camp Park Esmery is managed by a local Haitian organization run by Ernst Lewis. It has water, food, schools, and toilets. But there's a catch.
Well, the NGOs that are managing the camps are supposed to make sure that the people that provide services do their job. Some NGOs are good at it, some NGOs aren't so good at it. That's the problem when you have a privatized system. There's not one standard that the government sets that everyone follows.
No. Let me explain you. This toilet, when you go inside, the peas go in a way. The faces go in another way. We have 10. 9,000 people use.
9,000 people use 10 toilets?
Yeah.
And that's the catch. Oxfam International in particular is focused on solving this. It's one of the NGOs that does what it says it will. Right now, besides distributing water, they're all about toilets. Really good toilets.
The bottom line is that this country has almost no water and sanitation infrastructure.
Yeah.
And when we talk about rebuilding Haiti and we say reconstruction, I think what most people think, especially given what the scene here with all the plastic sheeting and all the destroyed houses, is you think homes, you think buildings. And what we have to remember is that we have to provide people with the most basic level of services as well. A place to go to the bathroom, to go to the toilet, a way to get clean drinking water, a place to dispose of trash. And why do we do all of that? For their health.
How much does each toilet cost?
It varies in cost. We built, and we've been building, we're still building, elevated latrines so that you have a wooden platform, a few stairs. It's 60 centimeters off the ground.
Yeah.
All of that costs around $1,000 a latrine. We're maxed out. We are totally maxed out. I can say personally, everyone is working around 90 hours a week. It's not sexy. And it's hard to get donor money for these kinds of things because they're like, what kind of work do you do? And you're like, pee and poo. But what I love about that water and sanitation work is that it is so basic and we can save so many lives that way.
The latrine situation, I was shocked when I read this. The average when I didn't do that is over 300 people per one toilet. And very shockingly enough, like almost half the toilets that are, almost half the toilets hadn't been cleaned since January 12th.
Look, we're 9 months on now from the quake, nearing 10. As crazy as that sounds, And we have to say, aren't we done with the emergency phase? Aren't we on to the reconstruction phase? I think it's very clear, as you know, when your plane touched down, it's immediately obvious, even before you've hit the ground, that Haiti's earthquake-affected population is still living on the edge.
This camp is called Place Saint-Pierre. We were told that there are 3,000 families here. So that's approximately 7,000 people. We saw exactly 3 toilets for all those people. And it's right across from a police station in one of the nicer hotels. The toilets are directly on the street, and the smell is, oh my God.
Do not barf in the car.
I won't. So this very nice restaurant is just not even a block away from the camp that we just saw. And then you have care right up there.
You mean, what are you gonna do? It's
Yeah.
the reality.
This isn't just typical third world disparity. In Haiti, no one's in charge of the NGOs. They don't report to anyone, so there's no accountability and no way to measure performance.
What does that say in the red graffiti?
Down with being hungry. We want to eat.
They're packed in, and the toilets are right on the street. What camp is this, guys?
This is ground zero of the Haiti Misery Tour. Champ Mars is across the street from the presidential palace, about 52,000 people right in the middle of Port-au-Prince. It should look familiar. This is where all the media come. A man walked up to me while we were shooting.
So we do that. So after what we do with that? So I want to know. I always see everything, same things, nothing never change. Always like that. What we do with that?
He's like, why do you always come here and shoot this? He's in English.
He always saw white people coming here, filming, ask people are there living, and they didn't see nothing change. How come you go live like that in this place, a place that you used to visit every Sunday with your family? You understand? And they don't know how long they're gonna be in this place, and they mad.
Many Haitians told us that the NGOs may not know how to take care of the IDPs, but they know how to take care of themselves.
Go tonight at some fancy restaurant. You are going to see.
Okay, so we have the camp on one side, and then here we've got the SUVs. Really big. This is very nice. We have a Bordeaux for $72. And so we're sitting maybe 50 feet away from a camp where you literally could smell the toilets. And now we're sitting in a restaurant where there's escargot in the menu for $7 US. And if you want a New York steak, if you're missing New York, you can have that too. That's $34. And there's also lobster salad. That's $15.50. That's an appetizer. And again, right across the way are people who maybe, what do you think they're eating tonight? Maybe they're not eating.
Next time on Political Graffiti.
This is consistent with the what was described recently by Refugee International as a paralyzed disaster response.
People think, oh, well, it was spent in the country. It hasn't been spent in the countries.
Mais si que nous te go côté pour nous t'abriter, nous pas là nous t'abriter. Nous t'abriter le côté nous aller.